Luxury buyers, full price is not always justified. One of the easiest ways to overpay in this market is to assume that the asking price means market value. If you're buying in London right now and you're still assuming that you need to pay full price just to have a shot, you may be using an old strategy that worked in a very different market. And that's how people overpay every day, because buyers have more negotiating power right now than they've had in years, especially in certain price points and especially on homes that have been sitting. And we're seeing that more and more. So if you are a move up buyer and you're shopping in the higher end of the market, here's what you need to understand. Not every listing deserves full price just because that's what the seller wants. The first thing that I look at is days on market. If a property has been sitting, that tells me one of a few things. It may be overpriced. It could be poorly positioned or simply reaching too narrow of a buyer pool. And in the luxury market, that buyer pool gets really small really fast. So that's where your leverage as the buyer starts to show up. Next, I want to talk about numbers. So comparable sales, competing inventory, recent price reductions, and how that specific segment is behaving are things that you really need to pay attention to. So negotiating below asking is only going to work when it's backed by real evidence. Otherwise, you're not strategic, you're just being noisy. For higher end buyers especially, negotiation is not about price. It can be about repairs, inclusions, flexible closing, deposit strength, or just structuring a deal in a way that matters to the seller. What is important to them? Play to that. Sometimes the smartest deal is not the one with the biggest discount written on paper. It's the one with the strongest overall terms. That's very important to realize as a buyer. This is also where buyer psychology matters. A clean offer with fewer moving parts and the right timing can absolutely beat out a stronger, higher number that feels messy or uncertain on paper. Sellers do not just look at the price, they look at risk. Right now in London, when inventory is giving buyers more breathing room in a lot of our segments, the opportunity is not just to buy, it's to negotiate properly, protect your downside, and make sure you're not paying yesterday's price in today's market, because the right, important house is the one that's going to last. Okay, buying though matters that you do it right just as much as anything else. So if you are buying in London and you want to know where there may be room to negotiate and where there maybe isn't room to negotiate, just send me a message. I will talk strategy with you, because that is what matters right now more than anything else in this market.